So how are you? It's already 2024 and this is one of the new video lessons that I must have to do. Sana nagawa ko to last year but that's okay. At this point, we're going to discuss something here. We're going to discuss delivering a prepared or impromptu talk on an issue employing the techniques in public speaking. So public speaking ang ating topic, so please bear with me. When you can transform your thoughts into an organized stream of speech, you can effectively express your own opinion on certain issues or share your ideas on topics with ease and confidence. In this way, you can be an effective speaker of this language. In fact, mastering the art of speaking is the single most important aspect of learning a second or foreign language, and success is measured in terms of the ability to carry out a conversation in the language. Also, it's a skill which is worthy of attention in both first and second language. Furthermore, speaking is an interactive process of making meaning that includes producing, receiving, and processing information. It's also considered as the learner's language tool along with listening. Speaking being a productive skill, along with writing, is deemed necessary to gain the attention of your intended audience, providing you the good opportunity to communicate your message to many people. And this is where public speaking comes in. In short, kung paano mahalaga ang pakikinig at pagsusulat, ganoon din po ang pagsasalita. Especially pagka ikaw po ay nagsasalita sa harap ng madla. So, in everyday language, public speaking refers to the communication practice of a speaker sharing ideas with an audience primarily through speech. Additionally, it is defined as the process of designing and delivering a message to an audience. Effective public speaking involves understanding your audience and speaking goals, choosing elements for the speech that will engage your audience with your topic, and delivering your message skillfully. Kasi pagdating sa public speaking, so to speak, kinakailangan din dyan ng skills on how to do it. Pinaghandaan man ito o impromptu. However, many people mistakenly think that public speaking only involves formal situations in which a speaker is on stage in front of a large audience. This is because the term covers many communication contexts. Therefore, you need to consider the nature of a public speech or presentation, which can vary tremendously depending on the speaker's goals, make up and size of the audience, environment in which the speaking occurs, and historical context. Kumbaga, kapag public speaking, madalas kasi ito po ay itinatanghal sa entablado o sa pulpito. Siyempre, depende po yan sa kung anong paksa na pag-uusapan. Events or scenarios like delivering an oral report in class, addressing hundreds of listeners on a parent-teacher or parents-teachers association meeting, campaigning for a position in the student government, and giving a toast at a birthday are regarded as public speaking. Kaya nga halimbawa kung nagre-report ka, lalo sa school, actually, ito po ay kinokonsidera na rin bilang public speech. Moreover, the term speech is also used interchangeably with the term presentation that includes other more common forms of speaking such as business briefings, oral reports, ceremonial presentations, or other types of speeches that do not often take place in the public arena. So, kahit yung mga paksa na pinag-uusapan sa harap ng madla, halimbawa, nagpresenta ka ng iyong oral reports, meron kang pinipresenta na business presentation o proposal, at iba pa, ito po ay may kukonsidera ng bahagi ng public speaking. Speeches and presentations come in many forms, including trainings, workshops, lectures, sermons, sales, presentations, investment proposals, you name it. Ang lahat ng yan ay bahagi po ng public speaking at speeches. So lalo yung nakikita nyo naman po ang iba't ibang mga kaparaanan pagdating sa public speaking. Whatever speaking engagement you might encounter, whether in public and with the public with a large audience or in more intimate gatherings with a small audience, siguraduhin natin to you must make sure that your intended message will be delivered successfully. Thus, you must consider the type of speech and the public speaking techniques you will be applying. So, tingnan natin yung apat na types o uri ng speech. We've got manuscript, memorized, extemporaneous, and impromptu. Siyempre, meron ding types ng speech according sa purpose nito like informative, entertainment, and persuasive. So let's begin. First, we've got extemporaneous speech. Kung saan ang description nito, it is speaking with limited preparation, guided by notes or outline, delivered conversationally, and it is the most popular type. In speaking situations, it is delivered speech, parang campaign kumbaga. Before, ito ay nagaganap kumbaga, lalo pagka mayroong kampanya. Siyempre, kung sa mga estudyante po dyan na nakikinig sa atin, reporting your assigned topic in class is part of extemporaneous speech. So, baka magulat ka. Sir, sigurado ka ba? Yes. Nung time na nagre-report ka, it was already considered to be an extemporaneous speech. Well, anong advantage nito at disadvantage? Sa advantage, it helps you look confident and it engages the audience. Pero ang disadvantage, it may not have adequate time to plan, organize, and rehearse. So, anong mga tips? You can see it right now in your screen. And remember these tips. Number 2, which is kadalasan may nagaganap na ganyan, lalo pagka mayroong mga reports. Ito po ay impromptu speech. It is speaking without advanced preparation, it is unrehearsed speech, and it is spoken conversationally. Saying a few words in an event where you are asked to, and being asked on the first day of work or in class or in an interview. Ano yung masasabi natin na advantage? Speaking is spontaneously or naturally and being more focused and briefer. But what about disadvantage? It tends to be disorganized, lacks connection with the audience, and tends to be nerve-wracking for inexperienced speakers and beginners. Well then, so ano naman yung mga tips? You can see it for yourselves, my friends. How about manuscript speech? Speaking with advanced preparation, talagang may pinaghandaan, it is planned and rehearsed speech, and lastly, reading aloud a written message. Real speaking situations, newscasting with a teleprompter or an auto-cue device, presenting the legal proceedings and verdict in court, and reading the rules and criteria in a contest. Ano advantage? Reading words are repeated exactly and speech is guided. How about disadvantages? Presentation tends to be boring and uninteresting, and rapport or connection with audience is lacking or missing. So, what about the tips? You can see it to yourselves. Lastly, memorize speech. It's just the same as the part 3. Also, it performed in a stage play, delivering a declamation, oratorical or literary piece, performing in a TV or movie scene, and performing a script from memory. Kaya nga memorize speech yan. Ano ang advantage? Repeating the exact written words from memory and moving freely around the stage. Well, how about disadvantage? Speakers might end up speaking in a monotone pattern Alternatively, he or she might take a fast pace. And speakers might have difficulty remembering his or her memorized speech when he or she can control his or her stage fright. So what about the tips? You can see it right now. As you can see, extemporaneous speech, being built around key points, is most commonly used to establish an emotional connection with the audience, because the speaker can freely change the flow of his or her presentation depending on the audience's reactions. It is especially applied to an unmemorized speech given from notes or an outline. Meanwhile, impromptu speech is prompted by the occasion rather than being planned, where little to no time is given for you to research your topic, to analyze your audience, to organize your speech, and to practice your delivery skills. And the word is derived from a Latin phrase, yung impromptu, meaning in readiness, and it is applied to a speech given, a poem recited, or a song sung without advance notice or warning. In delivering a manuscript speech, you will read you will read aloud the speech word for word, prevent misquotation of important details, while memorized speech is planned and rehearsed before the actual time of delivery, which would require you to have time for memorization and practice. Kaya nga, kung mapapansin nyo po yung 4 na types nito, meron siyang kani-kanyang mga advantage and disadvantages. Pero ang pinakamahalaga dito, you must have to prepare yourselves, especially if you want to convince others when it comes to delivering your topic. Kaya nga mayroon matatawag na techniques para may deliver ang public speaking more efficiently. What are the following? Point 1. Choose a topic. So, mamili ka ng topic na gusto mong ipresenta. Siguraduhin mo na knowledgeable ka dyan at passionate ka dun sa topic na yan. Consider your audience. Sino ba yung mga audience dyan? Mga magulang ba? Mga kaklase? Mga kaibigan mo? O kaya mga guro? O community members, you name it? It will help you choose suitable examples, words, and ideas to get your message across and keep your audience interested. Siyempre, hindi mawawala ang pag-decide sa kung ano yung subject at purpose nito. Gather all your ideas about that topic by creating a mind map or concept map. Siguraduhin mo na nakasunod-sunod yan, lalo na pagka nagpresenta ka ng mga ideas or experience concerning the topic that you want to discuss. Siyempre pa, hindi mawawala ang pag-research ng iyong topic. Library, libro, newspapers, magazine, journals, internet, the interviews, public figures, experts, professionals, you name it. Maghanap ka talaga ng inang information kung tutusin. And then, ask yourselves these questions. What do I know already? What else do I have to find out? Where could I find out about that? Does this information help me to achieve my purpose? How can I use this How can I use this information in my speech? Kaya tandaan po yan. Structure your information. Kailangan organisado yan. Prepare your start, middle, and end or SME. Make sure na ando yung mismong introduction, development, at conclusion ng iyong speech at i-considera mo ang mga sumusunod. So, in the introduction, aim to capture your audience's attention through a question, statistic, story, startling fact, or real-life example. Avoid beginning with theatrical gestures, singing, or starting with boring phrases such as, the subject of my speech is. So students, if you have public speaking or speech, wag pong masyadong boring like, the subject of my speech is, wag ganun. Keep your introduction short and make it clear what you are talking about. Link your development to the introduction in a logical and interesting way. Aim to get your message across by setting out your ideas and supporting examples. Also, it's important that your development sounds inspired and spontaneous. Link the style and content of your conclusion to the content and style of your introduction. And sum up the subject and purpose of the speech. Siguraduhin mo na yung introduction mo, dapat matutumbok mo yung pinaka-point mo. Hindi yung puro papala-palabok, so to speak. Prepare palm cards or notes. Kung medyo nakakalimot ka, maghanda ka ng mga notes mo o palm cards, so to speak. Siyempre, lalo pagka ikaw ay nagpipresenta ng iyong speech. At siyempre, just make sure you must have to rehearse your speech. Mag-practice ka. Mag-rehearse ka, so to speak. Okay? As you stand and deliver your speech, remember to be calm and composed to avoid forgetting what you are going to say. Establish eye contact with your audience and begin right away with your opening statements. Part of your opening is greeting your audience. Kumbaga, good day to all of you, or good morning, or good afternoon, or ladies and gentlemen. Mga ganyan ba? From your initial idea to the next, use appropriate transitional devices to guide your audience. And lastly, observe appropriate and effective nonverbal cues such as appearance, body language, facial expressions, gestures, body postures, and movement, and vocal behavior, namely pitch, rate, fluency, and volume. So, mastering the art of public speaking is one of the most productive educational goals you can set for yourselves, because this will help you communicate your ideas, take a stand on an issue not only in school, in work, but also in your daily life. Yan po ang ating paksa para sa ating video lesson. And I guess, I hope na nakatulong po sa inyo ang discussion na ito. Kaya kung may stage fright ka man, or parang kinakabahan ka, or whatever it is, think about it. Alam nyo kasi, kahit sino naman, kahit yung mga masasabi na mahuhusay pagdating sa speech, dumadaan din po sila sa tinatawag na pagiging kabado. However, my friends, especially to the students who are listening right now, napakahalaga po na i-analyze po natin yung ating speech, paghusayan po natin yung mabuti. Walang masama sa pagpapractice. Okay? More than that, araw-araw po yan, may mga pagkakataon na ikaw po ay magsasalita in front of every single person. So, it is best for all of us na mag-practice talaga. Okay? So, with all that said, yun lamang po ang ating discussion for this day. So, ayun. Tapos na po ang ating mga paksa, especially in the second quarter. And on third quarter and fourth quarter, well, let us see. Especially itong patuturo natin sa English. So with all that said, thank you so much, and I hope you have learned a lot for today. So see you on the next video lesson. Have a great day.